Today on Judge Faith, did this defendant find a friend or a garage full of trouble?
I met Donna through a dating site.
What dating site was it?
Adult Friend Finder. I had family heirlooms. I was talking to her about putting it in storage. She goes, no, don't waste your money because I have room in my garage.
That was totally false.
You say something else happened that triggered the breakdown of your friendship. What happened?
She got paid to watch my child when I was supposed to go to surgery. She wrote hours that she got paid when she only worked 6 hours.
I have no idea what she's talking about.
Oh, I think you know something about what she's talking about.
And later, this landlord seems to be a high roller.
Why did you keep the $460?
Okay, first of all, I think this whole case is a little bit petty.
$460 may not matter to you, sir, but it matters to some people.
Thank you, Judge. He wasn't even there at the end of the lease walkthrough.
Now you're asking for some of the security deposit back. You've already returned it to him. And now you want some of that back.
I had out-of-pocket expenses that I decided not to charge him for.
That was your choice.
Faith Jenkins. Her distinguished legal career began when she graduated first in her law school class. She quickly became a tough New York City prosecutor, and then a preeminent legal analyst on cable news. And now she's the judge in her own courtroom. Her cases are real, and her rulings are final. She is Judge Faith. Plaintiff Karen Forrest is suing her former friend to either return the family heirloom she stored in the defendant's garage or pay $3,000 to cover the loss of the items. She's in court today with witness Kelsey Feldseth. Defendant Donna Carrillo claims she told the plaintiff she would need to pay $25 a month for storing the items in her garage. She's in court today with witness Kathleen Hellickson.
Remain seated and come to order. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, this case is Forrest versus Carrillo.
Thank you, Barbara. Karen Forrest?
Yes.
You are suing the defendant, Donna Carrillo, for $3,000, the value of property you say she has that belongs to you.
That is correct.
Okay, why don't we start with you, ma'am? How do you know Ms. Carrillo?
I met Donna about 3 years ago through a mutual friend, through a dating site.
What do you mean by that?
Online dating.
What dating site was it?
Adult Friend Finder.
Okay. But you're on there to meet men.
It's actually to meet anybody.
Okay. I guess I'm trying to understand this.
There's couples on there.
I'm just trying to understand. So someone tells you there's another cool woman on the site, you two should meet each other?
Yes. And we became very good friends. We had gone out together. She would meet somebody. I'd go out with her when she meets somebody for a drink, you know, just to protect her and ourselves.
Yeah, because I've been through some stuff, and I really don't trust people or men very much. So
I was
she
her
would go
support
with me.
system.
And what happened from there?
I had to move out of my house in February of 2013.
Why?
I couldn't keep the mortgage paid on anymore, and I was having to rent rooms out, and I just couldn't do it anymore.
So you were downsizing?
So I was downsizing. I had stuff that was through my family heirlooms. I was gonna put it in storage. I was talking to her about putting it in storage. She goes, no. She goes, don't waste your money, put it in storage. She goes, I have room in my garage, save your money. I said, are you sure? She goes, yeah, I have plenty of room.
What was the agreement as to how long you would keep these things in your garage?
Until I moved somewhere else and had a bigger place.
What do you say the agreement was?
Okay, that was totally false. I have a little tiny garage. So I said, you know, I have a little bit of room. I said, you could store it here. You know, because we're friends, you're supposed to help friends out. I said, when you get a job or whatever, when you get some money, give me 20 here or 20 there.
What did she put in your garage?
She put a hutch. She put the bar stools that were stained and a coffee table that was scratched up.
No, there was nothing wrong
Hold on a
with none of
second,
my
ma'am, go ahead. A coffee table?
Yeah,
and what else?
miscellaneous stuff.
Where are they now?
Okay, 70%, and I have a witness that knows, I gave her back 70% of her stuff.
Okay, did you get some of the stuff back?
She gave me back my Christmas stuff and my personal photos and photo albums.
February 2013, you moved things into her garage.
Correct.
When do you come back to get the stuff?
I don't recall what month and year. Do you recall when that was I came and got that few things?
It was, I'm gonna say May of 13.
So about
May
3 months.
But, so she gave me those few items. Or excuse me, let me rephrase that. She texted me and said her exact words were, I'm putting your out on the front porch. You either come get it, or if somebody steals it, not my problem.
Did you text her that?
I sure did, ma'am.
Okay, why?
Because she did something that is going to be in a criminal case that I can't dissolve here, but I found out about it, and that's why.
Wait, so is there an open criminal case right now that you have?
No.
So there's no open criminal case
It's
involving
not-
her.
I'm getting all the evidence together because I was going to present it here.
Does it relate to this case?
Nope.
No.
Something completely separate?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I gave her the stuff back because of the kindness of my heart. Because I believe, no, I
You
did.
know, if you
Half
gave me
of
the
her
stuff, the kindness of my heart, it would have been my grandmother's and the stuff, the family heirlooms. That's the kind, and it's my stuff.
What do you say is missing?
The china hutch, the bar stool, the coffee table, everything that was in the china hutch, the china,
And
the
where do you say that
crystal.
property is?
I have the hutch still, ma'am.
Okay, what about the bar stools and the coffee table?
The letters, if you read them, I got letters through all my neighbors.
I want you to answer the question.
okay.
Where are the bar stools and the coffee
I
table?
gave them away.
Okay. Okay.
Seriously?
Yes, it's been 2 years.
Why did you do that?
No.
Why
It's
did you do
been
that?
2 years, and I'm getting ready to move, and I can't move her stuff, too.
Coming up, is there more at stake here than storage space?
She got paid like 100 hours.
No,
she
I did
only
not.
worked
What,
6 hours. I needed her there as a friend, and she was not there.
And later, if you sue me, then I'm gonna sue you.
Now you're asking for some of the security deposit back. You've already returned it to him.
Well, I thought that the pettiness wouldn't exist and that I wouldn't be here today.
So you're
Swatches.
suing in retaliation because he sued you.
Plaintiff Karen Forrest is suing her former friend for refusing to return her belongings. Defendant Donna Carrillo is upset that the plaintiff took advantage of their friendship.
You say something else happened that triggered the breakdown of your friendship. What happened?
I was shot in 2006 in a home invasion, and I've had over 13 surgeries, and I have an autism baby that's 5 years old. She got paid to watch my child when I was supposed to go to surgery. And my daughter had to leave school. Now my daughter, it's gonna cost her $500 to get back into school when she already got paid to take care of my autistic child.
You never paid me money.
So this was a part of a program?
Yes.
And she got paid
for
through the...
autism. Yeah. She wrote hours that she got paid when she only
No,
worked 6 hours.
No. No.
You what?
I have no idea what she's talking about.
Step up, ma'am. You
Okay,
look like
I
you
to
have something to
disagree
say.
with this because she has told me from her own mouth that, yes, she was getting paid to do the work and that she did sign for hours that were not worked. That was out of her mouth to me.
My daughter, that's 23, had to leave school to take care of me and my son because she didn't come and do her job. And that really hurt me and my children. You know, I needed her there as a friend, and she was not there.
I had to move out of my house.
she
I
got
had a
paid,
move-out date. Was I
you
supposed
know?
to lose all my stuff?
She got paid like 100 hours.
No,
she
I did
only
not.
worked
What,
6 hours.
No, I have no idea what she's talking about.
Oh, I think you know something about what she's talking about.
Well, apparently she has a criminal case she has going against me, so I
Well,
figure
not yet, but there might be. Thank you, ma'am. What do you have to say? You step up,
Yes.
please.
I was there during...
Did you guys decide to do matching hair for court today? Just so.
Pardon?
I'm a hairstylist. I did her hair.
Okay.
I was living with her when we had to leave the house, when we were asked to move out.
So you were asked to move out. You weren't downsizing.
Well, it was...
You were being evicted.
We couldn't afford to keep the house
You were being
anymore.
evicted.
Yes.
Okay.
So we had to leave at a certain date. Unless we wanted to be locked out and lose all of our belongings, we had to get it out as soon as possible.
Thank you. You can have a seat. So there's no question that you put some things into her garage. The question is, did you abandon those items under the law? And if so, does she have the authority to then sell them or give them away? You say the first time you go back to try to get those items out, she doesn't allow you to get most of your things?
Correct.
Did you call the police at that point to try to get your things?
No, I did not.
Okay, what did you do?
We became friends again after that.
And so you continue to leave the things in
I
her
left them
garage?
there. And so we started hanging out and everything, and we started talking about me getting my stuff back, and she says, oh yeah, sure, you know, I'm not that type of person, you know, I want to let you have your stuff back. Then that's when I got a text message, which I have right here, that says, you cannot have your back.
May I see the text?
Yes.
What month and date is that text message from?
It'd be June 26, 2014.
Okay, and is this the point you told her what's blacked out here on the text message?
You know, I don't recall.
Okay, so your best evidence is a text message to me with half of the messages blacked out, and I can't even make sense of what this says. You say you're going to file a criminal case against her, and you tried to explain it to me today. Neither one of you are being forthcoming. I cannot help you, ma'am. Your case is dismissed. Judgment for the defendant.
Thank you. Thank you.
Plaintiff John Costello is suing his former landlord for $460, the remainder of his security deposit. Defendant David Geske is countersuing in the amount of $1,300 for damages he discovered after the majority of the security deposit was returned.
John Costello.
Yes.
You are suing the defendant David Geske for $460, the return of the remaining of your security deposit?
That's correct.
And you are countersuing, sir, for $1,300 for damages?
That's correct.
We'll start with you, Mr. Costello. Give me some background and tell me how you know Mr. Geske.
Well, back in May of 2011, my girlfriend and I moved into Mr. Geske's house in Huntington Beach. And we liked it because it was a nice, secluded neighborhood, close to the beach. It was a beautiful place. He had a lot of upgrades, real nice. It was a little dirty when we moved in.
Okay. And Mr. Geske, is this a home that you own and just rent out to tenants?
That's correct.
Do the two of you enter into a lease agreement?
Yes, we
Do you have a copy of that?
Yes, I do.
How long did he live in your home, sir?
He entered in May of 2011 and exited in April of 2014.
Oh, so you lived there for a while. Okay, you were paying $2,700 a month for rent. So what kind of tenant was he, sir?
Early in the lease, I had received communication from Mr. Costello. I sensed that he was trying to pull me into some of his financial problems, and I had to issue a 3-day notice to pay or quit.
Wait, you said early in the lease?
Within 4 months.
You moved in May 1st, and then in September, you tell him you can't pay the September rent?
I just put it that there's a possibility, and I was starting a negotiation, and without any kind of, oh, well, what's going on? It was notice. And so I'm like, okay, there's no give on this guy, so
right.
We paid him. And
why should there be? It was just business.
That was back in 2011. Were there other issues with the rent? Or did that take care of things?
No, as a matter of fact, I wanted...
So you got the message. Now you see why he sent you a 3-day
That's exactly
notice.
Right. 2x4.
Coming up, the plot thickens.
Did the two of you have some kind of falling out or something?
Well, he tried to hit on my girlfriend once.
What?
Plaintiff John Costello is suing his former landlord for the remaining portion of his security deposit for a luxury townhouse. Defendant David Geske is countersuing for damages he discovered after the plaintiff and his girlfriend moved out.
I'd never had issues since then, and as we renewed the lease, I decided to reward him and return a portion of the security deposit each and every year. So now the security deposit was only $3,000.
You have a $3,000 security deposit when he moves out.
That's correct.
You return $2,540 and you keep $460, which is why you are suing.
That's correct.
Why did you keep the $460?
Okay, first of all, I think this whole case is a little bit petty. Let me just put that out there.
$460 may not matter to you, sir, but it matters to some people.
Thank you, Judge.
We can't all be high rollers like you, Mr. Geske.
Well, you know, there's valid reason for it. There were 3 things that I charged for, and then I submitted receipts for. The landscaping in the back of the property, the grass was dead, as you can see in the pictures. I was putting the home back.
But what did the grass look like before he moved in?
Well, it looked way better than that. It was, you know,
Do you have a photo of that?
You just want me to take your word for it? Sir, would you agree that the grass was a lot greener than what it is in the photo he just showed me? Or did it look like that?
I can't remember back then. All I know is that we were not responsible per the lease for...
Oh, yes, you were.
What,
Look at section
show me
11B
where in the
of
lease,
the lease,
actually.
right here. 11A, right here. Tenants shall properly use, operate, and safeguard premises.
Mr. Gasky, I can read it.
Okay, go.
Let me just look at the rest of the photos. Okay, what is this?
So the blinds were made inoperable. The string was broken, and so when you pull the string...
You can't use them at all?
Right.
Okay.
Right, correct. So I had to have a company come out...
What happened?
And restring it. It was $135, and that's part of the $460.
I should have noted that at the walkthrough. I'm going to give this one to him. You know, I'm just going to be fair about this because the blinds were too heavy for the strings. I didn't note it in the
he's lived there
original.
for 3 years, and you know there's some ordinary wear and tear when someone lives in a home for 3 years, and these are the blinds that they use every day. You don't think that you having to spend $150 to replace the string on the blinds after 3 years is a part of ordinary, normal wear and tear?
It could be, but I was restoring the property to the original condition that I had delivered it to him.
That's fine if you want to do that, but he's only responsible for any damages outside of normal wear and tear.
But
Let's go to the next photo.
So this is damage to the wood inside the bedroom. Probably it's buckling from water damage.
What's going on with the windowsill? Now that does look like damage.
It appears...
I have no idea because he brought this up to me last week. He wasn't even there at the end of the lease walkthrough, so what happened?
Sir, did you do a walkthrough?
I was not in attendance during the walkthrough.
Who did the walkthrough?
My leasing agent accepted delivery of the property and the keys, but she's not a property manager.
So who did the walkthrough?
I don't know what they did because I wasn't there. I mean,
Exactly my point.
You're the landlord, though.
Right, I was out of town.
You're counterclaiming for $1,300.
Right.
But you've already returned his entire security deposit except for $460.
Right, so this would be the wood repair. The wood repair was $400 on the windowsill. And then if you look at the paint throughout the property, there were splotches on pretty much every wall.
So that's why you have to do your due diligence before you return someone's security deposit, because now you're asking for some of the security deposit back. You've already returned it to him. And now you want some of that back.
I had out-of-pocket expenses that I decided not to charge him for.
That was your choice.
Right.
I don't know what you want me to do about it.
Right. So, well, I thought that the pettiness wouldn't exist and that I wouldn't be here today. So I decided to just let that go. Fixing the paint splotches.
So you're suing in retaliation because he sued you?
Word.
Well,
Basically.
I mean, if I'm here, I might as well try to recover some of the out-of-pocket expenses. I had a $2,900 painting and wood repair bill.
And you had a $3,000 security deposit that you gave back, except for the $460 that he's suing for. I mean, this is all on you. When you walk into the home and you assess damages, and then you take the time to write a check and mail someone a check for the remainder. So it looks highly suspect for you to come into court months later and then say, oh, by the way, there's another $2,000 worth of damages, Judge. It just looks like it's a retaliatory claim, sir.
Well, I'm not one to pinch pennies.
I don't know you.
I mean, I just...
Let me ask you something. Did the two of you have some kind of falling out or something?
Well, he tried to hit on my girlfriend once.
What?
The text, you want to go for a beer? We didn't respond. I mean, you know, you're going to go to here, we're going to bring it up. I don't know if that's it, but...
I don't agree with that.
That was a one-time... It was, you know what? Hey, to be fair, it was a one-time thing. We didn't respond, never happened again, but it was weird.
And now, Judge Faith rules.
Wow, your walkthrough agent said that, in her opinion, the property was in good condition with no major issues. I'm dismissing your counterclaim.
Okay.
I am ordering you to return $325 of the $460 of the security deposit you kept for the plaintiff. I am allowing you, sir, to keep $135, which is the cost to replace the blinds. Judgment for the plaintiff, the amount of $325.
Thank you,
Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. You can come on in.
If you or someone you know has a dispute, don't take the law into your own hands. Let Judge Faith rule on it for you. To submit your case, go to judgefaith.com and tell us your story. See you in court.